What is up, guys? It's Austin from The Normal Investor here, and as you can tell, I'm back on video, so I am feeling a little bit better. Not 100% yet, but I'm good enough to film a video real quick and show y'all some stocks I'm watching, and plus give you an update on my picks this week. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Remember, I am by no means a professional, so make sure you do all your research on the follow, and then let's get right into it. So guys, you know the rule here. We always look at the SPY and the QQQ before we look into any trades because it's important to know where the overall market's going. But guys, there's really not much to talk about here. At the SPY and QQQ are both at all-time highs. And if you don't know what that is, SPY is an ETF that tracks S&P 500 and QQQ is an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ. So they're both at all-time highs. So really there's just a couple of supports we need to be watching. On the SPY, the first support I'm looking at is the 426.26, and that is a resistance way back in, well, not way back, a couple weeks back right here at 426.33. And as far as QQQ, the support I'm looking at is, let me zoom in right here so you can see it, is the resistance right here a couple days back. And really that's all we have to go off on, guys. And personally, guys, I think it's getting close to time for a pullback, but you never know, we could keep ripping higher. But those are the two supports I'm watching, and as of right now, there's really just nothing but upside until we break those supports. So be on the lookout. It's always important to know where the overall market's looking. Now for the update on our video stocks for this week, guys, the first one we have FTX, which is FedEx, and I said we had an inverse head and shoulders, and we were also very oversold come Monday. And sure enough, guys, we bounced off of the support I was talking about, and we've rallied about $8 from there. But what I'd be watching now is we are coming up to the 180-day moving average, so that could be good or it could be bad. We could get not break it, and we could drop back down to that support, or we could break it and continue off to all-time highs. So that's what I'm watching on FTX. Now for Voyager, guys, we sure enough, I said we were going to bounce off the support right here, and we are up over $2 from 15. So be watching this one. I still think this one has a good bit to rally, especially if crypto continues to go up, and we've been pretty stagnant right now as far as cryptocurrency. But I'm looking for this one to continue, but it's not going to just blast off until crypto start doing a little bit better. But still be on the lookout for this one. I do think we have some more to rally. Now for SOFI, guys, this stock had an amazing Monday where we dropped all the way down to $18, and sure enough, we bounced right off of that support all the way up to $21 at high. But we have made a little bit of a downtrend since there to 1926, and this 180-day moving average has acted as a resistance at this point. So I'm waiting for this to continue up. I think we still have a good bit of room to the upside, and hopefully we'll end up breaking that 180-day moving average and let the bulls get in control and continue to go upwards. But there's a lot of people talking about the stock right now on Wall Street Bets and also just on forums and stuff like this. So I think this one still has a lot of momentum behind it. So I'd be watching this one and just keep tabs on it, because I think this one has a good bit it could rally, especially if it could keep up this hype that's behind it right now. So be on the lookout for SOFI. And for our last video stock, guys, I have VIAC, which if you weren't on your toes, you would have missed this one Monday. This one started out Monday morning right at 9:30. We started out around 44.34, and we rallied all the way to 47.46 at highs. And since that point, we have been in a downtrend. And actually today we hit our low of the last couple of days all the way at like 43.92, and I was actually in the trade at this point. And today we had a nice recovery all the way back up to 45.2. So guys, I'm watching this one. I still think this one has some move in the tank left. I really think this one still has a lot of momentum, just considering where we've came from off the year chart of 101.97 of highs. So I think this one has a lot to rally still, but be watching this one. This one has been a decent mover up and down, and look at the option chain. It has pretty good returns right now as far as the volatility and stuff like that. So this one's made me a good bit of money as of right now off of options. So I would be waiting personally for a little bit of a pullback and to get back into this one, or maybe a bounce off this $45 level, given that was a pretty good resistance earlier in the day. But this is one that's on my radar, and I'm looking to trade the rest of the week. Now I want to give y'all some different trade ideas, and a couple I found today are really enticing to me and definitely something that I'm going to be watching for the rest of the week. And the first one, guys, is Clove. And this stock, everyone knows, because like 2 weeks ago, this thing went all the way from $8 to $28.85 off of highs from a short squeeze, because this stock was the first or second most shorted stock on the market, and this thing just took off. But I want to show you a pattern I found here, and let me actually zoom back out there. earlier, but we're on the 180-day graph here, and I've got a trend line right here where we started here and we've touched it here and bounced off, and here and we bounced off. And I'm gonna go actually to the 5-day 5-minute now and look at this thing just clean bounce right off of this trend line. So this is one I'm watching. I think, who knows, guys, we could see a nice little another squeeze right here, and this thing's really bouncing off of this. I wouldn't be too surprised if we even bounce just like $2 or $3 off this point before the end of the week. So this is one I'm watching. If it does pull back to this trend line around getting close to that 13, I will be looking to get into calls on this one, because this one could be a big mover. But as soon as it drops below that line by a couple cents, this is one I'm definitely getting out of, because this one does have a good bit of room to go down if we do break this support. Now, since we talked about Clove, guys, I'm going to bring up SNDL, and a lot of people consider this a meme stock, but I don't personally. I think this is a marijuana company. Well, it is a marijuana company that has a lot of potential behind it, especially if we get some good news on marijuana as far as legalization. I actually thought it would have came sooner than it has with the Biden administration, stuff like that. But as you can see here, on any good news, this thing just shoots up like we saw at this point. But we're approaching the 180-day moving average. In fact, we're literally right on it. So this is a play I'm actually looking to play just for a nice little bounce off the 180-day moving average. And if it does break that, I would get out of it. But this is a stock I'm not worried about holding long term. And on a different note, guys, if you are kind of excited with marijuana stocks and you believe that this is something that could happen, but you don't know which one to get into, I suggest getting into MJ. It's an ETF that tracks several marijuana companies and just tracks the marijuana market as a whole. And it doesn't have any technical pattern. I'm really just watching. It is quite down, so yeah, I would be interested in get into it. But this is a sector that as soon as we hear some news, this sector blows up like you've seen here. So this is a ETF that I'd looking to buy into my portfolio, and as we await for any sort of news as far as legalization or just any benefits to the marijuana community. So this is one I'm watching closely. So SNDL for a quick trade, and MJ's for if you're looking long term in the marijuana sector. So we've gone 2 for 2 for meme stocks. Let's go ahead and make it 3 for 3. Next up, we have BlackBerry, BB. And as you can see here, guys, we had a huge rally just like Clove, and we've pulled back down, and we're back right at the 180-day moving average. So this is another one I'm looking to play off of this 180-day moving average. My plan on these is to buy calls when it gets right on that 180-day moving average and watching for a bounce off of it. And my stop loss is if it breaks that 180-day moving average. So be looking at this one. This one could have a nice little squeeze, but personally, I'm looking more for Clove for a squeeze, and I'm looking more for just a bounce on BB. So be watching these. These could give you a good bit of return quick, because there is a lot of eyes on these meme stocks as of right now. So for this next stock, guys, I'm not even going to pretend to act like I know a lot about the company or anything, but it is Ionis Pharmaceuticals, and just reading over some ARK stuff, they recently bought into this company. But what I really like about it, other than ARK buying into it, because if you don't know, I'm very bullish on just Kathy Woods and the whole ARK community, but on the 180-day chart, we have a golden cross, which if you don't know what that means, that's when the short-term moving average crosses the long-term, the 180-day, and we just did it, and it's just in a great point right now where, like I said, where we're crossed it. And once we cross the 180-day moving average and we're over the short term, that's just extremely bullish here, guys. So this is one I'm watching just on pure fundamentals. This thing still has a lot of room to go to the upsides, but I'm playing this one just purely for the graph. And this is one, if we have just a tad bit pullback, as long as it stays over that 180-day moving average, I'm getting into this stock and hopefully riding just a technical wave. Now I got one more stock to leave y'all with, and that's CLF. And if you don't know, this is Cleveland Cliffs. This is an American steel company, and I want you to see this channel that this is trading in. It's actually been really pretty, where we've seen the supports here, where we bounced off it just multiple times. It looks like almost 8 to 10 times here, and we've touched the resistance at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just touched the bottom of it around 2071, and we're starting to make that uptrend back on the way up. So be watching this one to get back to the top of this channel. This is one I'm actually planning to get into tomorrow, especially if we could have a little bit of a dip on it. But I like how this one's looking, and I do expect us to reach the top of the channel as long as nothing crazy in the market happens. And that's it for today, guys. I'm going to keep trying to get better, and I hope y'all like the stocks that I've shown you today. I want to just keep y'all updated throughout the week, and these are the main stocks I'm going to be looking to play Thursday and Friday, but I am going to be, of course, watching the rest of the market, see if we have any movers like AMD that's just moved crazy lately, or if we have any major corrections. But for the most part, that's it. I'm looking to play those. I think some of those stocks have some great setups as far as the next couple of days. And yeah, that's it. Remember, I'm not a professional, guys. Please do your own research. Please like and subscribe if I gave you any ideas, and comment if you have any questions or if you have any stocks you think I should look at. So that's it. I hope y'all have a great day. Let's make some money the rest of the week and have a good one. Bye.